Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Oberschwaben. This is a new mod map out by Jogi. This is 350.48 megabytes download. There are 10 required mods which will download automatically. I'm on the start farm. I'll show you the map in just a moment. On new farmer, the slot count is 1,356. On farm manager and start from scratch, it's 1,238. Difference being you don't start with any of the equipment or machinery on farm manager and start from scratch. You do also start with 4 productions on new farmer because they are here at the main farm. The map looks like this. And on new farmer, we do start with, we go across to our farmland. We do start with the main farm here, and we do start with a few little farm plots. See all these little ones here? We've got a few farm plots. There's another one down here. I think that might be all of them, mainly in this top section. Now, I remember doing this map tour before, but the map has changed. A lot of the placeables in various different locations have changed, sell points have changed, the farms have changed, the buildings on them, productions on them have changed, locations of certain things have altered, so it felt the same but different, which again I've said on many map tours, it's good. I like it when that happens. Now field prices and plot prices not too expensive as you go around. There are forestry plots, larger propositions, and we have also got, if I can find the location for it, just here, you can buy the verges, the periphery, farmland 255, and that's 1,532,000, which does actually give you the ability, because you can buy every plot of land on here, you can then place whatever you want wherever you want within reason. Some landscaping and stuff may be required, but on certain locations where there are sell points already and you think, oh, that would be handy for, you can do that, which is very, very cool. Come over here, go into our build mode. Under build mode, the only thing I found over and above the required mods was factories, sorry. Again, handwriting. Factories, we've got this here. So the mineral feed production is an Oberschwaben mod. We have got under greenhouses, so same section but just here. We've got this small glass greenhouse. And then I think the other thing was under, it was chickens, which was just there. There you go. Chicken pasture. The only things added in over and above. There are no custom crop types at all. Contracts are available. Shown the verges, talked about slot count. Brilliant stuff. Right, so the main farm itself then. There's some interesting things here. A couple of the farms. We've got a built-in sell point. So the farm has got its own sell point, which is quite handy. And you can sell wood here as well. You can see the chickens wandering around. We'll get those in just a moment. We've got our sleep trigger this side of the building, and the wardrobe trigger is the other side. We can't go into this. Now, on the previous version of this, there were all different barns and buildings with all sorts of stuff in them. It was quite complicated here. I have to say this version of the map is slightly less complicated, but the level of detail on it, considering it's only 350 megabytes, it looks fantastic. I mean, like this. This is one of the old, like, the riverboats, houseboats, but it's been put down as a house. I love that. That looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, wardrobe triggers around the back here. What I'm going to do is just whiz down here, because also included in our land, and I think on the previous version you had to buy one of these plots separately. In this barn here, we've got our harvester, and this barn here, now you can remove some of the buildings at the main farm, but not all of them. So my advice would be, don't. It's a bit of a risk. So grass work equipment is in the shed here. Like I said, on farm management start from scratch, you don't have any equipment and machinery. So across the yard from our sleep trigger and sell point, we've got this grass dryer. Now, this is interesting because we've got power on and off. I don't... Let's just do it again. Does that. Raises that up. So that's for tipping into there. Turn the power off. And that goes away. There you go. Our managed production point is here. So this is for grass drying. Now, we've got a couple of different recipes here, but you've got grass, straw, and wood chip incoming. There's another thing later on in the yard, which I couldn't work out what it was, and I think it's the wood chip point for this, because when I clicked on it to sell it, it said grass drying, and it threw me. So then your dry grass will come out here. That's all built into this barn and building anyway, which is where our cows are. If we come in here, we've got bale and pallet storage, 250. Up the steps, and you'll see our grass drying in here. So the two different sections there for your in and your out. And our cows just here. So if we come on the front here, feed bedding trigger, etc. We've got a muck spreader, we've got a manure heap. Just over here, we've got our mixer wagon. Around the back here, we've got a slurry tanker and our liquid manure tank just around the back there. If we come to this bit here, this didn't open, did it? Oh yeah, install the blower, there we go. Pneumatic conveyor for grain. So we've got a grain conveyor silo there, and then we've got our dialogue box for our cows here. So we've got 12 out of 30 in this initial barn, and all three game modes, the animals are still here at the main farm. That's one of the required mod silos. We come round the side here. Chickens, just here, we're going to use that car in just a moment. Chickens, we have got 6 out of 10 in the yard, wandering. And then in this building here we have got, tucked in there, we've got a fertiliser spreader. If I close that door and open this door, we've got some silage bales that we start with there. And then if we open this door here, we've got some hay bales there. We don't have any straw bales, but you can make silage, you can make total mixed ration with just those two if you need to. Now this is the bit I was talking about. So this thing here, I can't remember, there's a power button there, and that's just power on. Then that opens up with a tip trigger. And I couldn't for the life of me work out what it's for. If you jump up, that looks like wood chip to me. And then if I go to here, and we go to this, and we go to try and sell it, it says, do you want to sell grass drying? No. So the wood chip part of the grass drying, which is all the way around there, I think you put the wood chip in here for that grass dryer, which I think is what runs the drying furnace type thing. If we come around the back here, cultivator, and then we've got a little cow pasture, only a small one, for 9 cows here. Then if we open this barn here, inside this barn, we've got a small dairy, and we've got a small mineral feed production. So again, managed production here for our small dairy. Just there. If we come in here, we can open this up. Now remember, like I said, the previous version of this map, having loads of these in various different buildings, so it just keeps this sterile environment for your milk tank, which is quite a cool thing. And over here, putting in and taking out, this is for your mineral feed. And if we open this door, trigger for that, managed production is just there. So there's your mineral feed production here at the main farm. Across the way, we've got a Kubota. Looks like they're in the process of painting the house. That's a cool feature. I just noticed that. It's dirtier and slightly darker that side than that side. They're gradually working their way across the painting the house. What brilliant option. Mower there, some more equipment and machinery. I don't think there's anything in this barn, if I recall correctly. No, we are clear in here. Yeah. So that is our start farm. So let's whiz around. There's your wardrobe trigger, as I was saying, here at the main farm. Let us continue and we'll grab the vehicle. There are a few plots here around the map itself, which you can purchase that only have sheds on. And I've put down the plot field numbers. We have, and I've got to make sure I remember the route I took. That's going to be a little bit trickier than I remember. And it's interesting because as I was going around, I was thinking, right, on the previous version there was this here, and then I got there and thought, oh, it's not. Gas station is just there. I said there was a gas station. We come out along this road here, and I'll show you on the map where we've been, where we are, all that kind of thing. As I'm recording this, mods have just dropped on a Saturday, and a lot again. Oh, I can't keep up. I'm reaching breaking point. So this here was a farm on the previous version which you could purchase. This is the animal dealer. Slurry buy point, manure buy point down there, and our animal dealer point is just there for our animals. So this is your animal dealer. No NPCs on this map. I know that will please some people. Not everyone's a fan of NPCs. So, and I mean, look at it. The level of detail, and it's another one of those maps. I mean, we're getting more and more of them. They're just glorious, just fantastic maps, you know. So I'm going to head back this way because we've got this plot here. We'll show you on the map because there's a plot up in the corner, up in the northwest corner. But I'm just going to stop here and show you on the map. So let's come to here. So we started off at our little main farm, went round all the farm area here. We've come out along this road here, past the gas station, animal dealer. We've cut across here and come along here. So we're at plot 140. 140, 108,000. If I buy that, you'll see those triggers come up. Out in the corner of the field, you see that they've got exclamation marks, you can see them. Plot 152, if I buy that plot, it's not expensive, there's a shed there. You can use the shed, sell the land, again, it's entirely up to you. That's there. We'll get to more of them as we go around. I did buy that, didn't I? So, just up here, we've got bale and pallet storage, 250. Around the front of the building here, and again, it's seamless, I have to say. Sleep and wardrobe triggers are just here. Wardrobe trigger there on the washing line. It feels very natural. It feels like it all fits into the landscape really well, which is very cool. I like that. Fuel tank just there. Across the way here we've got a pig pen. This was for 25 pigs here at the pig pen. We come up around the yard here. I do like a split level yard. Shed space there, and then up here and just around the corner there we've got cows at 60. And there is a shed behind us, which is part of, you can get to the other side where the sleep and wardrobe trigger is. So that's, I say, the second farm. Again, arbitrary numbers, but the next farm we've come to that you can purchase. Again, you can sell some bits, but not everything. My advice is always save your game first, test it, sell what you want to try and sell. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to your previous sell point. That's always the safest thing to do, I would suggest. We come across here. We have got, this was a bakery, wasn't it? Yes. Just checking my map. My map? Not my map, my notes. Yes. Bakery is just there to purchase if you want to. Across the front here, we've got the village shop, and the sell point is just behind that. There's a little crescent, a little road that runs behind there. So the village shop sell point. Now we are 8:14 in the morning. At 9 o'clock in the morning, this opens. So bear with me, and at 9 o'clock, this will do its thing. So in here we've got the agricultural trade Mittelshaus. So agricultural trade sell point is just here. And then round behind this building, we've got a lime station. Up around the back here. And again, I think this is all part of the verges, the periphery of the map, lime stations around there. So you can add extra bits and bobs in if you want to. But we can exit here. Oh, that was close. Back of the farm is just there. And we are now going to head out this way. There's a little bit of driving. I have been checking, because I'm sure on the previous version as well there were some more pastures and things, and I keep looking thinking, have I missed one? And if I have missed any pastures, animal pens, I do apologise. So we are now here. We've gone back to our map. So we've come out to this bit here. We are on plot 141, 40,302. That's all. If we buy that, we get another pasture just here. There you go. For 47 cows, or water buffaloes, or whatever you want to put in there. Shed space as well there, if you want to use it. As always, is your prerogative. Now, out from here, we're going to take a bit of a drive. But the landscape is lovely to enjoy. Again, there's some really nice features. Like in the woodland, you've got trees falling over, you've got stumps where it looks like some logging's already been done. It's nice and open, sweeping countryside. There's little bits of fencing here and there, and I kept looking thinking, is that a pasture? Is that a feed trough? Is that, you know... And I'm sure a previous version there was a manure buy point or sell point out there. You know, like I say, it's difficult when you get a map and you come on and think, it feels very familiar. But again, it's the colour palette and lighting, it's got a very nice feel to it, you know. It's not overly colourful, it doesn't feel cartoony in any way. So as we come past here, like I say, all these bits of that fenced in bit there with some trees down already, look, there's some logging already going on. It just makes it feel more immersive and lived in. So we're going to follow this round, and then we're going to... I think it's... Does it sweep round on its own? I can't remember now. We've got a bit of a drive here. We need to take a turning. Oh yeah, we turn left here. Like I said, I will show you on the map. It will all become clear. Maybe. So I'm sure these bits are familiar. Well, I don't need to go into all of these bits here. So to our left there, we've got a plot which is kind of like kind contractor's yard type thing. So we've come from the main farm all round here, came up here to that point there, along this road here, we followed this all the way along here, then taken this junction out here, and we are now here. This one here, plot 149, which has the shed on it. Nothing else, there's no other triggers or buy points or sell points or anything like that. If you go into that yard and up here, we have got the recycling centre sell point. Then just past here, we've got a sell point. Think. For liquid manure. Why didn't I just click on it? That would have made more sense. So recycling centre is just to our left there. Around the back, recycling centre. Liquid manure point is just here. And if we follow this round, and again all this detail. Very nice. So we're now on the eastern edge of the map, heading south. Follow this route. Yep. I believe so. Yeah, so the mods dropped, what time was it? Must have been just before 1 o'clock. There are a lot. Most of them are placeables, productions, greenhouses. There's a lot of stuff today. But it should be a lot quicker to get through. There don't seem to be as many, not things with tons of options and not loads of packs, I don't think. So we might be alright today for a one-part mod review. Who knows? Who knows? Right, we're going to turn just here. Because there's a little plot here. Again, another one. I'm not going to buy the plot, but whoa, oh gee, horses. So just here to our left, we are now here at plot 144. That has got a shed on it as well, which can be sold if you want to. And we're going to head to this plot here, 142, which we're going to purchase for 242,217. So let's buy that, and you'll see all the triggers come up. Wowzers! Right, there's a little pedestrian subway that runs underneath there, which I think is quite cool. We're going to go this way, and again, this farm is vastly different to the previous version of it. Again, I think because it depends when maps come out. I think this came out not towards the end of FS22, but so once we bought the land, we owned this shed, and then we come into the farm itself. But when there are more buildings and things that a map maker can draw on to have as down as required mods, I think the buildings and stuff on the farms were very different because of the mods and things that were already out. So just to our left there, we've got a large greenhouse. We've got our wardrobe trigger at the back of the building, and then sleep trigger at the front of the building, which is just here. I'm going to swing round. This farm does have its own sell point, a fuel point just there. Does have its own sell point here as well. And did this have its dairy? I'm trying to remember now. Open the gate. This was for cows. Or was that just the milk point? It was the milk point for the cows. What am I talking about? Click on that. So this is 500 cows, I think this one holds. And it's one of a few. Let me just double check this, because this, what was the name of the farm here, if I remember? It was Schellenberg, wasn't it? Yeah. So the sell point there, and we've got a cow barn there. If we come around the side here, we've got was this a dryer or a silo? I think this was just a silo, wasn't it? Farmer 500 silo, I think that one was. If we come around the back of the, yeah, Farmer 500 silo. If we come around the back of the building, we've got a manure point there. This is one of the required mods. And then we've got a pasture around the back here. Bale and pallet storage for 250 items. And then pasture around the back here. I like so. For 30. So you can have some outside, some inside. This is one of the ones I say with the, I didn't say, with the feed robot. You put the stuff in and the robot comes along, collects everything, then runs around the rack on the way outside, which is very cool. And I say this farm is, yeah, I mean, I seem to recall the roads going off, there being stuff further down. But again, there have been so many maps that feel similar. They're not all the same. Liquid manure storage tank just there. We've got silage clamps all over the place. We have got a Karma silo, but it's not like the Karma silos we're kind of used to seeing. This one, we can store solid fertilizer, lime, seed, mineral feed, and back again. Normally they're just seed and mineral feed, aren't they? The Karma 16s? I'm trying to think. We come round the side of this building. Oh, sorry, silage clamps. 2 big silage clamps over there for doing your silaging. large shed here with a workshop trigger in the corner over there. And then here we've got the dairy. So we've got a small dairy built in, which is cool. Pallets will spawn there. Tipping in here. Got a shed light option. Open the door here. And look. Manage production. Dairy. Built into the building. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. Nifty. Very nifty indeed. Let's go back to our car and we should continue on. We're going to go up onto the main road which runs across the map. I say again, if I have missed a pasture or something, I do apologise. I've been looking where there have been fences, and a lot of them have got fences, they've got crops in them, which leads me to believe they're not animal pens. Every car. Right, let's go. Heading west again. A little bit of a drive, not don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Whoa! Now again, on previous version of this, I think when we got to this bit here, up on the right, there was a pasture you could buy which had like hay dryers, and there was an animal pasture. There's not on this version. If we turn left into here, we've got a gas station just there. Then we've got fertiliser, seed and lime buy point. This was a garden centre on the previous one. You went around the back, but it's in here. So fertiliser, seed and lime buy point. We've got a warehouse trigger just over here. So for your palleted goods, there's a warehouse just there. And then he pulled out then. No, I say a lot. Wouldn't be a map tour if I didn't. We do own a field up on the hill there, but I did buy the fields around it just to double check because, you know, you have to be careful. Carpentry is just here. There's not actually a sawmill. Actually, no, there's not, is there? I just saying, realised I don't know if I've got enough money left to buy the biogas plant. This plot here, might have to put some money in. So this plot here is 143. If we buy that plot, I say 22 grand, we can do that. There's a lime station, and we've got a debris crusher around the back. So debris crusher just there, lime station just there. Oh, no, it wasn't lime station. This was another Karma, sorry. I do apologise. If we click on that, there we go. Road salt, seed, mineral feed, back in. So kind of, again, I suppose another contractor yard type deal. Can we go into the sheds? No, not this one. Right, from here, round the back of the buildings there, where do I leave the car? We've got 2 sell points. We've got the field fruits, which I think is like root crops. Is it supposed to be in this one? On the wrong side of the road, right side of the road? No, wrong side of the road. So, field fruit sell point, bale sell point, and there's a selling station. You can access it through from the other bit here. Come through there. You can get through. If you can squeeze your vehicle through, you can. So, where are we on the map? Well, we came down from all around this bit here to that shed and barn to the big farm area here. We've come along this main road here to the gas station, warehouse, buy points, and then we're at this point. The carpentry was there, those 2 bits. We're now going to head down here, out across country to this area. Now, how much was this to buy? Have I got enough? I have, yes. We buy that, that's got the biogas plant on it, and just there's a dairy. So we're going to head out there next. It's definitely higher ground to the north, and we're sweeping down to the south. It's just glorious though, it's just the rolling hills away from you. Brilliant. This was another one. I think I took 4 or 5 images for the thumbnail, and I haven't done my thumbnail yet. So as I'm driving along now, I'm trying to work out which one am I going to use, you know. And that's good. That's a sign of a good map. When you can't pick, you know, which image you want to use. Sometimes I go around a map and I can't find somewhere that I take what I personally consider to be a good enough image, you know. Whoops, overshot that a bit. Right. So a biogas plant here, including all the sheds and buildings, and you do own the land as well. So for 400 and something, it's not too bad. I think it's a 400 kilowatt. And this one does have some, I think it's potatoes this does over and above standard. So you've got all this land here that you own, and again, so it gives you more scope for putting in whatever you want to put in. Another silage clamp, some cell points, some bits and bobs that are silage related or biogas plant related. There you go, managed production plant. So we've got a manure, potatoes, silage, slurry, and sugar beet cut. There we go. With digestate being our outgoing product as usual. And then across the way here we've got the larger dairy facility. Which is this building on the end here. And these buildings I suppose are all technically kind of part of it. But your dairy point is just here. And now we're going to continue west. We're going to go through a little bit of forestry. It's a bit of a drive now. Whoa. And we're going to head out to the old mill, I think it's called. And it is a grain mill. I thought it was just a sell point, but it's not. It's an actual grain mill you can purchase. A big lake behind it. And I'm trying to think whether it was a restaurant previously, or I'm trying to think, was it a grain processing? I can't remember what it was. But I think I'm sure some of the roadways have changed on this map as well. So I want to take the next turning on the left, not that one, this one, main road, not dirt track. Onwards. It's a bit of a drive. This is all forestry plots you can purchase. Some of the land as we get further out to the west is part of the verges of the map that you can buy if you want to. Loads of stopping points, loads of points for going out and doing whatever forestry you want to do, need to do. Am I going the right way? I'm going the right way. Yes, I am. Here we go. So, turn in here to the old mill. I love the fact you've got all this, like it's a new place, but I like the fact you've got all the old stuff there from the old mill, you know, the old cranes. It looks like it's all been repurposed, you know, and it runs as a standard grain mill. Again, you don't have to go in, you can go into this section and under owned or available, so we can see, there you go, to the old mill, the carpentry. On any of the maps you can do that. You can see what's available, what you own, and you can check the recipes, check the things they do to help you decide whether you want to buy them or not. But this is another one. Look at this out here. You can imagine this being changed into like an old, I mean, still run it as a grain mill, but have like a restaurant here, or, you know. Look at this detail, look. That's why I took an image of part of this, look. The water running down here. It is brilliant. So that's the old mill. I mean, that's an interesting one. That's quite a big-ish yacht to be on a lake. I mean, yeah, bigger lakes I could understand. Go around the island in the middle once and come back. There we go, done. Next, unless you live on it, I suppose that'd be cool. Just want to double check something. Oh, it is, yeah. I was just going to say, I'm sure there's a pump out there. So they're pumping the water out of the lake. It's running through, running the wheel on the mill, and then coming back into the lake. That's cool. So what you need then is some solar panels out in the end there, so you can run that pump for free. Carbon neutral, people. If you're into that kind of thing, if that's your jam. Right. I'm going to take a little shortcut through the woods. I'm sure I did this last time I did the map tour. I don't know if I've gone exactly the same route, probably. The shortest point, well, not the shortest point, but a point. I've probably gone the wrong way now, haven't I? I needed more of an off-road vehicle for this. No, we're alright. Down to this road, and then we need to take a right in a moment. Whoa. Let's cut across here. Which brings us onto this little farm track. Does it bring us onto the farm track? It's here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here you go. I might have jumped the gun there, but there we go, just here. So, this will bring us out up onto the main road. Now, again, I know I keep saying the previous version, but that's my frame of reference. As I go around doing a map tour on maps that have been out before, I'm looking for, you know, telltale signs, things that I remember to help me orient myself. Now, out here, I think was the horse farm. It's not on this version. The vehicle shop and workshop is out this way. I should get to it. Is that this? Oh no, I'm going the right way. I'm thinking, I'm going the wrong way. No, no, we are going the right way. There we go. These buildings to our left. So, if we turn in just here, we've got this yard. So just over there you've got your vehicle shop trigger, workshop trigger. This is also the reset point on the map. I'm sure that building out there, was that a horse farm before? Again, not sure. So we came out from the biogas plant here. We followed this road round here until we got to this one. Followed this all the way out there to the old mill. We came back along and we cut across here-ish. Then along there and we cut across to this one. Up to this road here and we come up here. Because I'm sure this is part of the... yeah, that's part of the verges, the periphery. I'm thinking, is there still a horse farm there and I've just missed it? But no, that's part of all the 1.5 million on the map. So this is the vehicle shop, workshop and reset point. And then from here, if we take the next turning on our right, there's a couple of lovely little ponds here. We can follow this track round. And this picturesque little track will run us back up to the next main road, which if we follow it to the... Just notice, look. Is this part of the... Yeah. It's just on there as decoration. I didn't notice when I was doing my prep. I suddenly thought, whoa, animals to my left. Contact left. Yeah, this brings up to the next main road. If we go right on this main road, it takes us back up to the farm. Up past the animal dealer where we were. I'm walking now, I've just crashed the car. But there we go. That is the map. That's Oberschwaben by Jogi. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.